Hi, I'm Monica Melpass here at the NASDAQ market site, and we are joined today with Aeries Technology CEO Ajay Khare. And great to see you, Ajay. Glad to have you here. Tell me about Aeries Technology and what you do.
Thank you, Monica. Good morning, and thank you for having me here. My name is Ajay Khare, as you said, and I'm the CEO for Aeries Technology, listed on NASDAQ under AERT ticker. We provide value creation services to private equities, their portfolio companies, and mid-market companies. What it means is we basically do three things decently well. We set up their strong, dedicated teams in talent-rich geographies like India and Mexico. These are called GCCs or Global Capability Centers. These teams are fully dedicated for functions like technology, AI, if you will, right? Support functions like finance and account, customer support, etc. That helps these companies, our clients, to innovate, scale, and compete better in the market. We apply a healthy dose of AI, digital transformation, automation, etc. on the top of it so that they can achieve those objectives faster and better. We also provide value creation consulting and advisory to private equities and their portfolio companies. Think about due diligence, think about M&A, think about cost takeout exercise, etc. Given majority of our business comes from private equities, they also rely upon us to provide advisory around these areas. So that's what we do. We have a very disciplined approach to how we want to do things, and we believe that we have set the foundation for growth from here.
And so let's be more specific. How have you performed and outperformed prior years? What changed?
Right. So earlier this year, I was appointed CEO for the company, and what I did, I got to the work with a very clear focus. We defined a three-pillar strategy. We implemented a management system, which is basically nothing but defining the true north for the company. We said profitable growth, revenue, as well as client and employee centricity would be our pillars. That's what we want to focus upon. I aligned my management team around these pillars. We ended up, given our focus is on the private equity side, I decided to have management team, strengthened in this area, New York City area, given most of our clients come from here. Case in point, my strategy and growth officer lives here in the city. My CTO, my client engagement officer, etc. They all are in the New York metropolitan area. We decided to double down on our private equity offering, the offerings that I spoke about, realizing that we have seen exciting growth in the past, and it was time to go back to the basic on that. So these things have started to give us some good results.
How exciting. Now, you mentioned GCCs, which are your hubs. You have Mexico and India. You're also looking possibly Eastern Europe. But what are GCCs? Tell me about that, and how does it help investors?
Right. So think about GCCs or Global Capability Centers as think about very high caliber, high talent team that we are setting up on behalf of our client. These are extension of the client's organization. Think about them as mini headquarters set up in a city like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Bombay, India, or Mexico City or Guadalajara in Mexico, and hopefully, like you said, sometime soon somewhere in Eastern Europe. These countries have high level of maturity, high level of talent, very good cost structure. I'm not talking about, just think about this as a low cost geographies, rather think about them as a perfect combination of optimal cost, high performance numbers, and great experience, which results into strong team that are created for the client. And they, like I said earlier, they scale, they grow, they perform, and they compete better in the market.
Perfect combination of affordable but also very intelligent workforce, so that's terrific. You have had a number of 20 million and up deals, so exciting. Tell me about those.
Right, as I said, first of all, thank you so much for that. We made our laser focus on the private equity and portfolio market earlier this year. We aligned our teams around it, and we have started to see some exciting results because of that, right? As an example, we earlier this year, right at the beginning of the year, we signed a very large deal with a US-based cybersecurity firm, where we are setting up their GCCs in India and Mexico, as well as helping them consolidate their global operations. Super excited about that one. The CEO is a great friend of mine. Recently, earlier this quarter, we announced two more deals. Both of them belong to private equities, which are new to Aeries. Again, great exciting results for us, because that means we can continue to grow within those PE ecosystem, within these PE with their portfolio companies as we perform on these deals that we have signed. One of them is a very large sports analytics firm. We are setting up their India headquarters in Hyderabad, hiring top tier engineers, data scientists, AI engineers, etc. Super excited about that one. And they are doing some exciting work think about NFL, the soccer in Europe, cricket in India. They do analytics around those things.
Wonderful.
So a lot of these engineers that we hire, they are very excited to work on these technologies. Another firm that we have signed recently is a healthcare firm where we are setting up their client engagement team out of Guadalajara, Mexico. So
wonderful.
Again, a great win for us.
Terrific. Now, you mentioned AI. What role does AI play at your GCCs or these hubs?
Right. I think these are early days for AI, but just like we are seeing a lot of excitement in the market, we are also super excited about AI. For us, fundamentally, we think we are an AI first with human in the loop company.
Wonderful.
What it means is that for everything within the company, our internal functions, think about our own finance, our legal, our HR, our payroll, our IT, we are making sure that all of them are fully trained and empowered by AI, seeing some wonderful results because of that. For our client offerings within the GCCs, as we implement, set up, operate these teams for client, every step of this engagement process, we are bringing in tools as well as process which are driven by AI, which will accelerate the results that I spoke about earlier for our clients.
Right.
Lastly, what we have done is, because our focus is on the mid-market companies, that market is very different from the enterprise market. Think about Fortune 2000 companies, the way they are thinking about AI versus smaller $100 to $500 million companies, which are our focus area. They think differently about their maturity levels are different. So what we have done is, we have started to hand select the ready to deploy tools and companies from the market in a partnership model. We make sure that they work for our client base and then take those solutions back to our client and sell them in the market. So again, some good results we are seeing.
Terrific.
Lastly, we have created an internal team which is focused on AI, headed by our CTO. And this has a full backing from my board and myself. So
wonderful.
Very, very happy about the results so far.
You also have some ready-to-deploy strategies, which is time-saving. It prevents having to really have a long lead-up of research into a company. You can have boots on the ground, if you want to call it that, ready solutions. Tell me about some of these ready-to-deploy ideas.
Exactly. Like I said, what we have done is we have gone for a partnership strategy, but where we are hand selecting the tools which will work very well, and they are the right fit for the mid-market companies. Think about a cybersecurity solution, right? How AI can help these security operating centers. Think about all our lives, we are using computers, we are using laptops, we are using network. All these companies are deploying cybersecurity teams in the background, which are stopping all those, the phishing and different kind of attacks which happen, right?
Right.
AI can actually enable and make that process actually much simpler. What we have seen is that we have seen 80x increase in terms of the productivity of our SOC team, which is using these tools. That's what I meant by AI first with human in the loop theory.
Perfect.
The team is using the AI tool, which in turn helps them do their job faster, better, and obviously in a most cost-effective manner.
Great. So what are your goals, expansion plans for the rest of 2025 and into 2026?
Okay, I think what we are thinking is that, first of all, we have recently announced, expansion plan for 500, new headcount in India and Mexico. That is well supported by these deals that I spoke about, $20 million deal that we have signed. We are working through that. As part of that, we have announced new offices openings all over India, as well as Mexico City. Lastly, we will continue to expand into our private equity ecosystem offering that I spoke about.
So what should investors watch for as you continue with your expansion and have this wonderful growth?
Right. I think we have set the foundation. We are super excited about the deals that we have signed. We believe we are on a path to continue to provide good results, sustainable results on an ongoing basis.
And so we will keep hearing more success stories.
Thank you so much.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much, Aeries Technology CEO Ajay Khare. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Monica.
Wish you the
Thanks
best.
for having me here.